Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. Now, the content that I've got for you tonight might blow your mind, so I'm going to need you guys to sit down. I've got a Washington Post article that is actually stating the fact that California has so much gun control, there's not much more they can do, and why isn't it working? I know. Everything we linked in the description box below, and I cannot wait to hear what you guys think in the comments field on this one. And if you are new or you're a returning viewer, please consider hitting that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn that notification bell on. We need as many people as we can to get in the fold so we can pass the blessing of the Second Amendment along to the next generation. And thank you so much in advance for your consideration. And if you have not seen Tim and I's new show, Second Legacy, Tim from Military Arms Channel and myself, we are producing a longer form, deeper dive into the content that we value every single day in order to provide the context to pass the blessing on to the Second Amendment to the next generation. And thank you so much for checking it out. There's a link in the description box below. We'd love to have you over there. But enough of the setup. Let's dive into this because, like I said, I can't believe my eyes, my ears. I can't believe anything. Check this out. A leader in gun control efforts, California confronts its limits. A nation awash in guns and a patchwork of state laws has infused the push for restrictions with a sense of futility. This is from the Washington Post. If you're new to this channel, we cover the Washington Post pretty frequently because they are ardent gun control supporters. Reason doesn't matter. It's all about the gun control narrative. And now they're here questioning it. Check this out. This is actually pretty mind-blowing. Monterey Park, California. California's efforts to reduce gun violence have long been a point of pride among the state's liberal lawmakers. Check that, that's correct. But a sense of futility and despair infused the response of many political leaders Tuesday in the bitter aftermath of 3 terrible situations in as many days. Now, we've done videos on this channel and the Second Legacy talking about the idea that gun control does not work. The guaranteed promise of gun control is you give up a little bit of your rights and you purchase a little bit of freedom. Ben Franklin has a very famous quote on that says, anybody who does that, it's not a great idea. Deep paraphrase. But the point being here, you can't purchase freedom with your rights. And that's what they're asking us to do for multiple generations, particularly in California. And when they exhaust all the gun control that they can muster, when they exhaust all the solutions for common sense gun reform, they're still left with the same problem and you're left without rights. That's the point. That's the underlying issue and the crux of the problem. Let's continue. State lawmakers have imposed mandatory waiting periods on the purchase of firearms. They have banned military-style assault rifles, one of only 8 states along with D.C. to do so. The state has a red flag law that allows guns to be seized from people believed to be a threat. And California voters overwhelmingly approved a limit on the number of bullets allowed in a gun's magazine, a measure caught up for years in the courts. All of which failed miserably. Red flag laws, tremendous infringement upon not only the Second Amendment, but also your due process rights as a citizen of the United States. It failed. Magazine limits. Criminal goes, don't care. All the different types of gun control that are put in place, and the litany of gun control is massive. You can look at every town for gun safety, number 1, according to their ranking for California. The list is long and distinguished. And let's keep going. Quote, we just have so many guns in circulation in this country that it is very difficult to prevent someone in crisis from getting access to one, said Allison Anderman, senior counsel at the Giffords Law Center. The Giffords Law Center, the gun control group, you mean the one that was founded by gun violence survivor Gabby Giffords? Funny how they didn't put that one little tagline in here this time. But it's interesting. They're saying that gun laws don't work because there's just so many guns. Are they feeling okay? Or are they hitting the limit of understanding that what they're pushing will not prevent what they're promising? That's the important piece. But let's continue. Quote, we can do the best we can and make more laws at the state and federal levels and still face enormous challenges in keeping guns out of the hands of people who shouldn't have them. That's translation into criminals are going to criminal. They don't care about your laws. If laws truly worked, we wouldn't have crime. Think about that on a zoomed out level. The idea that a criminal is going to go, oh, well, that's a crime, I'm not going to do that, when they are actually a criminal. Again, this is not mockery. This is not making a point at the expense of someone else. I'm trying to reach anybody who will listen about the fact that gun controls, at the cost that they are being asked of you, will not work. But let's continue, because we have multiple examples of them not working. Quote, Very determined people, even in a state with strong gun laws, can often find a way to get guns to commit acts of violence, said Daniel Webster, a professor with Johns Hopkins Center for Gun Violence Solutions, another gun control group funded by the Bloomberg Group. The entire point here is even gun controllers in the Washington Post are saying gun control will not work. My question is, when does it translate to politicians? When does it translate to people who are consistently infringing upon the rights of American citizens, that the request of what they're being asked is not worth the penalty, especially when it doesn't work in the first place? And that's what I've got for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.